Aesthetic cosmetic surgery clinics have until tomorrow to tell the government how many of their patients have had procedures using the French-made PIP breast implants.
The data will be used to determine if surgery is needed to have them removed because of an increased risk of rupture.
Amanda Harrison is suffering the effects of the rupture and joins us along with the Shadow Health Minister, Diane Abbott. You've had them remove these PIP implants, haven't you? But you went through a terrible time when they were in. Just tell us what happened.
I started to become ill in 2008 after having the implants originally in 2006. Just suffering horrible mystery illnesses, kidney infections, glandular fever, suspected viral meningitis, lots of different viruses, tonsillitis, problems with my throat. And it wasn't until the middle of the summer last year that we eventually put two and two together and linked the illnesses with my implants.
And this is what you had removed from your body. You can easily see, hopefully, the splits in the coating, which is a rush job as well,
but
as far
actually,
as
let's just
PIP are
compare it
concerned
with how
as well.
they're meant to look. So there you go, that really gives
So
you
this
a
has the industrial grade silicone, and this is obviously a more quality implant with medical grade
But the company that made
silicone
this, we should say, said it had a 100% non-rupture rate, so that's the difference, isn't it?
So the bits that we can see missing are still affecting your body now?
Yeah, they're in my lymph nodes and in my breast tissue, and it's still making me poorly.
Are the government doing enough, Diane? Okay, silly question because you're going to say no, obviously, but what could they be doing, or what?
Well, when you look at a case like this, the government is letting people down. The French government did move swiftly to reassure them, and also to assure them that they wouldn't have to pay to have these implants removed. What the government has done is dithered and delayed and caused hundreds of thousands of women unnecessarily fear and unnecessary anxiety. There are two issues about these implants. One is it's industrial grade silicone. The other is they're just not solid enough. That's why they rupture.
But the article maintaining there is no direct evidence to link them with anything that's carcinogenic or anything that's going to have, too much of a detrimental effect on the body.
Well, I mean, how can it be good for your body to have something like that in your body?
But I guess the question is whether there's a real urgency or not.
The French government thought there was urgency. I do not understand why our government is delaying. It seems to me they're not taking women's concerns seriously. It seems to me they're frightened, perhaps, of upsetting the industry. I think when we've dealt with this immediate emergency, we do need to look at proper regulation of plastic surgery.
So even if we accept that your position, which is they need to come out, that they are dangerous and they need to come out.
No, my position is that the government should have assured women.
Well, they can't assure until they know, and what they're saying is that they're looking at the facts to work it out.
If they want them taken out, they can have them taken out.
Why should,
that would have been reassurance.
Why should the taxpayer pay for that? It could be up to £150 million that are paid.
No, the taxpayer shouldn't pay. Where they were done on the National Health Service, the NHS should pay. Where they were done privately, the private sector should be made to pay.
How do they make those clinics pay, though? Because they're saying we, as clinics in good faith, took these products that we were told were fine.
It's open to the Department of Health through systems of regulation to make them pay. If the government insisted, they would have to. And people are taking this a little frivolously. This lady has a serious medical issue. Of course people should deal with it. It's not like choosing a new frock. It was a serious, invasive medical procedure, and the government needs to step in and make the private sector help these women.
So they have the legislation to do that, because that's what I don't understand. Do they have the power to force private companies to hand over?
It's not about legislation, but where a government, any government, says to the private sector in these circumstances, we are expecting you, the private sector will do it.
Amanda, I don't know what happened in your case. You had to pay for the removal yourself.
Yeah.
Do you agree with what Diane's saying? What would you like to see from the government?
I do agree, actually. I think the NHS should pay for their implants they put in, and then the private clinic should actually pay for. I mean, at the end of the day, it's their error, so they need to sort it. There's a lot of sick women out there, me one of them, and I don't think they realise the scale of this.
But you've made contact in your part of the support group, are you not, with other women that have the same sort of implants? Have you got any advice for others that are worried about having these particular implants?
If you can get them out as soon as possible before it's too late. The symptoms I suffer every single day, I can't carry on a normal life at the moment. I can't work. I have trouble looking after my son. If you know you've got those implants, get them out.
Thank you very much indeed for coming forward, Diane. Thanks for bringing this in as well.
Right, I thought you'd like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is as horrific as it is. I mean, it's just so interesting to see what we're talking about, and it is just quite remarkable to think that was all 5 years ago. Okay.
Coming up shortly, the